Happy Saturday. Today is the 17th day of January 2026. It is my reflections of the day, and it's also day 17 of the 31-day wisdom challenge. And I really love communion. That is how my day starts early in the morning here on the West Coast. It starts at 3 a.m. And yeah, I'm just reminded of just how rich the days have been. Some days are just so rich, I just want to go back and repeat them, at least listen to them again and fuel on them again. Today has been mostly a day of rest for me. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. It's been mostly a day of rest. I have been tired. I stayed up pretty late last night. I ended up having some, like, it felt like kind of like muscle spasms, but it felt far worse, like going up and down my legs. And I'm discovering there's certain things, if I eat certain things, then I experience that. And it has to do with sugar and salt intake. So I definitely have to do that in moderation so that I don't experience that, because it's no fun waking up to cramping in your legs. So that is something that I've learned the hard way. And Proverbs today had to do with wisdom's virtues. Let's see, chapter 17 in the Passion Translation, how sometimes it's better to be at peace and quiet than to have an opulent lifestyle with a bunch of fighting and strife, right? A lot of these parables are common sense, but I'm finding that common sense isn't so common, right, to everyone. And so after communion this morning, I went into the dream room. That was fascinating because I had a dream interpreted, and that dream was it's a dream that I've had, kind of like a recurring dream. So I was able to get that interpreted right through Prophetess Nina and through Lady Dion, Miss Dion. It was fun because not only did they interpret my dream, but I was able to participate on the stage and help interpret other dreams. So that was a pleasure. I really enjoyed that. And I went right from that into my family prayer call. In my family, we have a Facebook page with the descendants of Richard and Mary Cross, who happen to be my great grandparents. And so we have that page, and we go on and well, on that page, we typically announce different family reunions, but I initiated a prayer call. So it's like a prayer chain. And it's been about 6, 7 weeks now. Some of the same people come. It's great because we get to pray for one another. We get to encourage one another. We get to share wisdom and insight. So it's a good way to keep the family together and to encourage one another. My desire is to make that more than a prayer call, but to increase that to where we can do some collaboration in the financial space, in the space of just supporting each other's businesses, entrepreneurship, because there was a lady on there, one of my cousins, who is running a home health care agency. And I said, wow, that's something I have a need for, because I have my mother who wants to come back home and spend some time at her home. And if I had that agency, I could solicit their services and it will be a win-win-win. So that during the prayer call, that was like a revelation that I actually got from another lady in another room. So that after the prayer call, then I went into some study. I've been studying ministry on Joshua Giles. He has this course. It's a 5-week course, and he had a bonus session today, like a pop-up session. And so I listened to that, and I learned a lot about the power, how our English word power and the Greek and the Hebrew origins of those words are far more diverse than our words. So I'm learning a lot in that space, in that class. And so I spent a lot of time on that. And then, of course, the 31-day wisdom challenge. Today it was Suzette Dale, who is the wife of Good Evening Geese 88. Now, I don't know where my glass, I think I left my glasses in the van, so I'll do my best to try and read the chat. I know yesterday or day before, my chat wasn't working when I streamed from my laptop. I couldn't see anything in the chat. I don't know if that meant there wasn't anything there, but excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. Um, what was I saying? So I lost my chain of thought. Maybe because it's so late. Think. So 31-day wisdom challenge. That's what I was saying. Okay, Suzette Adeo, Pedro's wife. She was the guest speaker today. They originally planned on Heidi Baker, but the schedule didn't work for her today. But Suzette is such a treat. She was sharing. Her and Pedro, they banter back and forth. They are just the most precious couple. So if you haven't joined 31-day wisdom challenge, here's a plug for that. How was your day? It was amazing. It was amazing. I got a lot of sleep, catching up on sleep, because it's when I'm burning both ends of the candle, right? Staying up late and getting up early and not taking a nap, but I took some naps. Actually, one nap. Actually, it was almost two, because I'm sitting here at the computer working and falling asleep and then waking up. So I think that counts as a nap. And then I laid down, because after a while I was like, I'm not being productive on this computer. I'm just gonna lay down. So here in my office I have a couch right next to me. So I just laid down. I went to sleep. I was tired. I was so tired. So I feel refreshed now. And then my grandsons got to go to it's like, I think it's called, it's like a jumping place. I forgot what it's called. Jamboree or something like that. So they got to go to that, and it gave me an opportunity to run some errands and get back home and get some more reading and studying done, because I have a goal to complete some more tasks when it comes to studying and reading and books, right? I'm helping a friend out with her cover for the book, and I did a forward for her. So it's just a lot. Even though I took a day of rest, I've been doing a lot of reading, which I don't consider that reading, and listening to training and podcasts and recordings. There's just so much information, and I don't want to be just a consumer. I want to be a producer, right? Because I think it's important to not just take information in and be gluttonous about it, but to actually take what I've learned, the knowledge, and implement it. I love audiobooks. I do too. I subscribe. It's too late for that, baby. So he's asking for grits. He wants me to cook him grits. And it's 10:45. I mean, I might do it because... Did you eat when you went out?
I just ate
Pizza?
I wasn't really hungry, but now I'm hungry.
Okay. So, I might be making grits tonight. Okay, shrimp and grits. He would love that. He would love that because he likes seafood. He likes shellfish. I might start buying some of that, even though I'm allergic to it. I'm not so allergic that I can't prepare it for them, but I certainly couldn't eat it, and I don't really like the smell of it because of the allergies. More of the allergies, like to ingest and taking it in. But yeah, might do that. Yes, I love audiobooks. I have a lot of like bonuses on my audiobooks, so I'm gonna get caught up on that. But there's so much reading to do, so much reading. But my goal is not only to read books, but to complete writing books. So I have my Table of Grace, which will be published tomorrow. I have to put the line in the sand and say it will be done, right? And then the next up on the hopper is either Juicing with Purpose, which is my recipe book about all the juices that I've been creating and the story behind that. Or I did a companion, well, not a companion, but a guide for marriages called 16 Days Before I Do. So between those two, they might come out at the same time. And then I have another book I've been working on called These Three Words, which I take 3 words, and I have a room actually on Clubhouse every Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time called These Three Words, and I can't see it, guys. I gotta look back. Reading is good for the soul. My grandma always told me. She's right. And I'm a grandma and I concur. Yeah, reading is good for the soul. So I want to not only read books, I want to write books. So this year, the goal that I've set is 60 books. 60 books read and 60 books published. And so far, I'm off to 1. So if I did 60, so I need 5 this month. And I think it's possible. I still have, 2 weeks? I can knock out 5 books in 2 weeks. That just means, every 2 days I need to have one of them in the queue to publish, right? Okay, so I better make this young man, this young boy, some grits. Otherwise, he won't go to sleep. So thank you for your like. Thank you for your subscriptions. And thank you for your shares. If you like what you're hearing, I know I might sound like I'm rambling on, but I'm not. There's wisdom in what I'm saying if you have an ear to hear. All right. Well, peace and blessings to you. Thank you again for your likes, your subscriptions, and your shares. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't, okay? Thank you. Yes, I'm working on it. Good night.